All right, we're back in the building. All right, we're back in the building. Yep. You heard that echo. You heard that echo. Okay, we back. We back. This is episode 226. Episode 226 of the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. Thank any and everybody for following through. Appreciate you, my man Oplex. I see you, my boy, my man Calvin. Know my man Calvin for over 30-something years, man. Shouts out to him. KB, I see you, my boy. My boy Keith, who I need to have on the podcast like 1,000 times now. Like 1,001 times I've said Keith on this podcast. We're gonna make it happen sooner than later. And of course, shouts out to my baby Felicia for looking out for your boy. Of course, she'll kick me out the kitchen. I don't know if y'all those in podcast land. I mean, in YouTube land, I've been kicked out the kitchen, man. Golly, boy. Golly. Got a new background. Got a new background. Y'all see that Ian back there, though? Y'all see that Ian? You know what I mean? Yeah, shouts out to the homies, man. Shouts out to the homies. Today, this episode, we got my man Monty Bing. Monty Bing is in the building. So we're gonna see what he's talking about. New project, no vision. But we're gonna see what he's talking about. Other than that, man, let's get into it because technical difficulties like eating up time around here. Jeez. Eat up time like Kobe eat up uh apparently not his own food. You could eat up all my food. As soon as I want to eat something, here come Kobe trying to jump on what I got. Man, what's the first thing in the news? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy belated Thanksgiving, people. How was your Thanksgiving? Mine was great. You know why? Because my wife knows how to cook. That's it. And she did a tremendous job. So I feel bad for any of you guys who didn't get any. Pause, not that way. I will beat you in the face. But yeah, now not to say that no one outside the household didn't get a piece of my wife's cooking because she actually went out. She actually had a deal where she made plates or was what like plates of food or pots of food for people. So if you just wanted like a whole plate of stuffing, what is it? What's the difference? Stuffing, dressing. She giving me the side eye right now. I know. That was an inside joke. Yeah, you wanted like her to make some cornbread or greens or whatever. She actually had a whole thing where she was giving that out. So there was people outside of our household who was able to have their little piece of the phenomenal cooking experience for Thanksgiving. But so if you didn't, again, sucks for you. I'm sorry. She had Thanksgiving orders, which were pans of food. So you got like a big silver pan. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab one. I got it was one of the pans staring me in the face right now. But she had pans of food that she would cook for you if you paid her. She didn't do it for free. I got it for free. But then again, I also am tasked to do other husbandry things to get that free food. So, so if you ain't got one of these, Playboy, if you ain't got one of these, I don't know what to tell you. She ain't cooking for free. Don't nobody eat chitlins around here. Oplex trying to be funny. You enjoy the chitlins? I have never had chitlins in my life. Get that country Bama ideal of who I am out your head, Oplex. I know you was out here in Tallahassee for a little bit, but look at here. I ain't never and will never have chitlins in my life. I ain't eating nobody groceries, especially no damn pig. I ain't eating no damn pig groceries. Y'all crazy. Some of y'all are crazy. The dressing is for the culture. Look here, man. Low key. I think that's my favorite dish. If it's done right. Because pause. I'm saying pause already before I even say this. It goes down easy. You can just kind of, it's already kind of mushed up, so you ain't really gotta, chew. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really gotta chew it. Just kind of go down easy. Pause. I gotta be Felicia talking about. Well, yeah, it is because Oplex said Felicia, great job on the food. Look at man, you don't even know. You don't even know. Ask around though. Ask around. Trust me. I think everybody but you and Duck haven't figured out our feet throw down yet. But man, my baby do that. But yeah, anyway. Man, Oplex said I made one Jiffy old school style. Look, I almost died for some Jiffy. We ain't gonna get into that, but that Jiffy cornbread mix. You want to eat the rest of your cornbread? I look like old boy, right? Except I got a beard. You want to eat the rest of your cornbread? Oh yeah, my old place said I seen the food, impressive. Yeah, I make it look good, boy. That's what I do. I make our food look good with this camera. Camera over here too. Anyway, man, let me get into it. I'm wasting time, and I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about because this week been crazy. Again, I know Felicia is side eyeing me. Like, oh, you got a lot to talk about, huh? Cap, that boy Cap. Let's get into it, man. More T-Pain news. But that boy T-Pain out of Tallahassee, Southside Ridge Road, was honored at the Soul Train Awards this week, which aired on BET. If you wasn't busy watching Sunday Night Football like I was, you would have caught it and saw that my man's was honored. He was up there along with his lovely wife Amber. Which man, she's so cool. She's so cool, man. Follow on Facebook and yeah, man. I see why he married her all top and been married. I think he's going on like 20 years now. Libra swag. Anyway, my man got honored, man. Says a little speech, which I thought was a good speech. I thought he gave a good speech. I think it was well intended, well spoken, great message. It was a good speech, a great speech. Wouldn't change anything about it, except for I'm Cap. I mean, he ain't named nobody, but which honestly was probably again a good thing. Probably a good thing because you go up there and you try to name names and you're gonna forget somebody, right? It's inevitable. And potentially forget somebody who's very, very important. So for him to not name names, even his parents, I thought was smart on his part. But he did mention his brother, Rashid, Shouts out to Rashid Tuesday. Shouts out to Naughty Black. Purple Heart Gang. But yeah, man. Other than that, outside of mentioning his brother's passing, he ain't name dropped nobody. And probably for the best, because look here. People get salty, boy. Huh? People get salty real quick. So, and then he went on after he gave the speech and did a medley. Oh, speaking of the speech, no, not even the speech, the introduction. So he had David Banner introduce him, or BT Soul Train Awards had David Banner introduce him. And I found it was interesting if you go back and listen to what David Banner said, because David Banner said he met T-Pain. Yeah, real sensitive, especially in Tallahassee, as we've learned. But no, so he said that he met T-Pain at a TJ DJ conference here in Tallahassee, and it hit me because I told my wife, I was like, yo, we were there. Well, I mean, me and my cousin Raven October, and I think Dermo was there, and I think Viddy probably there. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's me and Will, and a couple other cats in the crew, and it was a funny incident happened because I remember we were at the door, and David Banner walked up, and his name is true. Like he a Hulk. Like he a big piece of man. Pause. Hey yo, and so we was like, oh snap, it's David Banner. He came up, you know what I'm saying, dapped everybody up. Want to say even, you know, say what's up to everybody, whatever. Real cool. Like we was just, I remember like being impressed that he even like stepped up to us and like spoke to us. Like, cause we probably just like some hoodlums next to the door as he going into the TJ DJ conference. So anyway, he walked past us, and I remember Raven October gave out this grunt, and David Banner had like a grunt he used to do, like. I know it kind of sound like Ice Cube. It was kind of like Ice Cube little grunt too, but David Banner had like a little grunt he used to do back then, like or something like that. So when David Banner walked by, Raven October did the grunt. He went right, and I remember like David Banner, like before he walked in the door, he looked back like, I know y'all didn't, right? So we look at that, we like shook, like, oh snap, like he finna come back and whoop our ass. But he just looked back, you know what I'm saying, for a little quick second, and then kept it moving. But yeah, like we was all relieved, like, oh snap, we thought they were gonna come back and whoop your ass, Will. You fucked up. Yo, thank you, great story. I know, great story. What up, my boy? I see you. Yeah, you two on the pod too, man. So you get some of your music, man. Holla at your boy. Oh, but yeah, man. Like so again, if you go back and watch the honoring of T-Pain with the Legend Award, and you listen to David Banner's speech, yeah, just know when David Banner met T-Pain that day, I think he was getting ready to kick our ass too. Oh man. Rhymes galore. Speaking of rhymes galore, shouts out to Ludacris. He crazy. Not only I think over this weekend, man, it was a long weekend. Of course, it was Thanksgiving, but bro actually had an extra day. I think I had 5 days off. Do it look like it? Yeah. Do I look like I just came off vacation? Yes. Like I just came off of Lonely Island. Well, what happened? Oh, so we watched Fast and the Furious, and I'm depressed that it's sad to announce there's going to be another Fast and the Furious because that didn't end the series. Matter of fact, I just saw a clip of Luda and Quavo in a scene together for the next movie. So that lets me know when that plane crashed, they didn't die. Man, screw that. If you hadn't watched that movie by now, you don't want to know the plot because there is no plot. Anyway, yeah. So what happened? Oh, but Ludacris. So that's the only thing he did this week. Apparently this man parachuted into the Georgia Dome during the Falcons game and was rapping at the same time. Crazy. Yeah, another one. DJ Khaled. All we do is win, no matter what. T-Pain did perform that song during the Soul Train Awards. Anyway, yeah, another one, bro. And honestly, this next one, Oplex, is disrespectful. Yo, Fast and Furious is like Star Wars. No, don't do Star Wars like that. Because at least Star Wars is intended to be fiction, fantasy, science fiction, and fantasy. So you in Star Wars, you can do all kind of crazy stuff because it's fantasy. Fast and the Furious wants to believe that they doing all that bullshit. Bruh, the hell out of here. It ain't my fault because I skipped like 6 Fast and Furiouses. I didn't watch like 8 of them. So it's not on me. I stopped watching them. Y'all kept going. And that's why we got it's gonna be a dozen. They gotta make a dozen. That was 10. So they're gonna make one more after this. Or maybe it's a dozen if you count the outshoots. Anyway, I gotta go, man. But shouts out to Ludacris, man. Ludacris, wow. Ludacris a wild boy. I saw somebody in the comment section had a joke talking about Ludacris ain't got one song that required him to jump through the Georgia Dome. His name, bro. His name required him to jump out the Georgia Dome. So yeah, Fast 23 probably. I hate to say this, Lord forbid, but we're gonna be dead and gone by the time they stop making Fast and the Furious. You would have thought when old boy died. R.I.P. to Paul Walker. You there? Like, we done. We done here. We lost our main character. The main character wasn't even Torino, was it? It was Paul Walker. It was all about Paul Walker and Tyrese. We lost our main character. Yeah, here we are. Throw them bows. Yeah, throw them bows. Move, bitch. I think he actually, I can't remember what song he did. Get out the way. Stand up. Stand up is one. You know what I mean? His kid with old girl gonna keep it alive. Right. You are absolutely right. They introduce, yeah. Elroy is right. They introduce that kid to extend the life of the franchise. You are absolutely correct, sir. Sir. Yeah, sir. You are absolutely correct. Hollywood is sick. Yo, speaking of how sick Hollywood is, first of all, I can't do that. Let me rewind. Rewind. Happy birthday to the birthday boy, Abe. I know he in the building. My cousin. I'm giving his props. November 29th. Shouts out to him. Always supporting me, and actually it's important. Find it important to give him his flowers. Cause man, yeah, we going through right now. We going through it. Hey, happy birthday, my boy. Got some bad news this week. In particular, I haven't posted it on any social media yet, but lost a cousin of ours, me and Abe, and Raven October. Was it yesterday, I think? And yeah, man. Yeah, life is fleeting. Of course, I've learned that already this year. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? We're gonna celebrate my boy because we never know. Clearly, we never know. So, Abe, I love you, my boy. Sorry FSU had to whoop that butt. Sorry, I knew you was over there being quiet, kind of hoping and praying. You know what I'm saying? Them Gators were gonna do it, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? But but regardless, man, was glad to spend time with you. Glad that you still here. Glad you can be here so we can clown and have fun and joke. So just keep waking up, my boy. All right, keep waking up. But yeah, man. Cousin Anita. I don't even call her Anita because I wanted to call her by, the name she was going by. But regardless, don't matter. Y'all know where my heart lies at. I love my people, love my family. Man, y'all gave me 3 minutes. I will get into the foolishness, boy. I gotta get into it, man. This thing crazy. This thing crazy. Hold up. I gotta show y'all the craziness, man. I just gotta show it. Y'all ain't gonna feel me until I show it. Where we at? I don't even like this dude like that. Well, man, see, I messed up. Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Luke said that he introduced you to Gloria Velez. Luke didn't introduce you to no Gloria Velez.
Well, hold up. Yeah, hold up. Well, hold up. This ain't working. This ain't working the way I wanted it to work. Y'all hold tight.
Luke said that he introduced you to Gloria Velez. Luke didn't introduce you to no Gloria Velez. We can call Luke right now. You know what I mean? He said it in an interview a while back. Look what I'm saying to you. She was standing up with a Jamaican rapper named Mad Lion. Okay, I know who that is. Big Pun, Fat Joe, Method Man, like whoever you speak to, just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her. Luke didn't never fucking introduce me to anybody in his life. I love Luke to death.
He just had on.
But can't nobody look? The reason why he's saying he introduced me to because it's a good thing to say. Okay, I introduced Aaron Hall to this girl. I took her. Me and Gloria's cool. We got cool in 2 weeks. You feel me? I'm a boss. I ain't gonna argue with you about no shit. And you umbilical cord, bitch. You fucking 35, 36 years old. I'm not gonna disrespect you.
Bruh. Bruh. Now, if you've been watching half the news, of course, your boy Diddy has been, well, first of all, he faced some charges civil charges from his former artist Cassie. She accused him of sexual assault, abuse, and rape. Shot her a quick 30 million, hush her up. That was it. Psych. Nope. Wrong. Not it. Still going. So you had two other women come out and say that they were assaulted by Sean Puffy Combs. One lady in particular came out and said that she was assaulted in the mid 90s by Puffy and one Aaron Hall, who you just heard in the clip. Now, in the clip, a man's come out, who he's talking about is one Gloria Velez. Did I say that right? Velez? Is it Velez? Okay. You don't know who Gloria Velez is. She was a known video vixen back in the late 80s, late 90s, early 2000s. If you remember one scene in particular, Big Pimpin' video with Pimp C, and he has Latin chick dancing on him. That was you gotta relax. You gotta relax. That's not funny. Not laughing at that. My old shit, Puff Cosby. Yo, hey, chill, bro. Chill. Hell no, Puff Cosby. Chill. Look, man. Nah, we're not doing that. So anyway, Gloria Velez, known video vixen. And I'm not saying that with any shade. But it was put out or said or alleged rather well, it's known. I'm run it back. It's known that she has a child with Aaron Hall, which is supposedly, according to him, and that the rest of that video clip is Aaron Hall the fourth. But in that clip where he indicates that he met Gloria Velez, well, take it back. So apparently, DJ Vlad, whatever his name is, said that Luke said he introduced Aaron Hall to Gloria. I'm not gonna put you on blast. I'm gonna leave them comments where they at. And Aaron in that clip is claiming that Luke did not introduce him to Gloria. That he found Gloria, took her, literally took her. He said he grabbed her by the hand and took her, and then proceeded to have sex with her, which we have evidence since they have a child together. What's missing in all of that is that supposedly Gloria was 16 and Aaron Hall was 30. She was 16 at the time and Aaron Hall was 30. So for him to sit in this video with Bishop Don Juan of all people, and this video was like 9 years ago, and proclaim that he took her. He said he didn't say nothing because he had a stuttering problem. Shut up, Abraham. He had a stuttering problem, so he didn't say anything. He just, Abe knows what's up. He just took her to the hotel room, and just had sex with her, no questions asked. Probably because she was 16, bro, and you was a grown ass man who was already at least a urban ghetto superstar. And you see her bragging and boasting about taking a 16-year-old to a hotel room. Yeah, everybody was on her. Everybody wanted to talk to her. She was 16, bro. Like, I'm 42. Ain't no way I'm gonna see a 16-year-old and be like, bro, I see 25-year-olds now, and I'm like, yeah, nah. I'm going to be your dad. Like, you can just tell. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you that caught up in whatever lifestyle. So yeah. So with these allegations, with Puff, looking at that video, and then even further down the video, I'm keep it moving, man. We got to guess here. Even further down in the video, he goes on to say that he likes to have sex publicly, and that Puff and Jodeci knows that because they've been in his house and watched him have sex. Just very damning information. And this was like 9 years ago. So it wasn't like he had any idea of what will be happening in 2023 with Puffy in these cases right now. So he's talking boldly and boastfully. And now it looks like the chickens are coming to roost. So take what you will of the information. Of course, another because of the fallout, not only did Puffy have to pay $30 million, he also had stepped down from Revolt, the channel that he founded, and amongst some other organizations he had to separate himself from. So this fallout looks to be big. Not only that, it's not only hitting Puffy, but oddly enough, my top five getting hit, because anybody know my top five is Biggie, Eminem, and Outkast. So not only is Puffy being hit with sexual assault charges, but also Jimmy Iovine and L.A. Reid. If you know your hip hop history, do the math. Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out right now. It's kind of weird. Hey, go back to all the music I listened to. I thought DMX was the worst. Maybe not. Anyway, let's say this to wrap this up. Stop. Respect women. Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Respect yourself as a man. If she don't want it, don't give it to her. Keep it to yourself. Please. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not fair to anyone. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I mean, there's so much to unpack. Can't get into that right now. But yeah, just stop. Just please stop. Stop in your tracks. Don't go get some tonight. Don't get some tonight. Stop. Please, because man, we are looking crazy out here. We are looking real crazy because every other day is something. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's a conspiracy. No, it's not. Y'all just nasty. Hell, we just nasty. We need it needs some serious cultural reprogramming, and not just in hip hop, not just in Black culture, like American culture, period. We need some real serious cultural reprogramming in regards to how we treat our women. Point blank, period. That's it. So stop it. Whatever you're doing, stop. Reconsider. Read some literature and play a flute. That's probably why Andre wanted to play the flute. He probably see all this nasty crap and say, you know what, I'm done with this. Anyway, let me get to this next song and we're gonna bring our guests on. What we got? Mind, Body, and Soul. Yeah. Listen to your mind, body, and soul, and stop thinking you need to take somebody else's. My man, Bobby J from Rockaway, featuring Michael Fiya. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby?
Look. Something for your mind, your body, your soul. I'm not in control with that common shit back in the day. Yeah, you better use your common sense. I'm bleeding confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Keep your comments unless you intended on leaving compliments. You ain't even in my league, man. We've been opposites. He's anonymous would be the odds. I just hit the booth and breathe inside of it so I can see how hot it gets. Fanfare the louder, you can keep a lot of it. I want to talk on beats that walk the street and be anonymous. And if I'm being honest, you should probably fix your posture, partner, or I promise your next project will be posthumous.
All right, boom, boom, boom. And we back. It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. What you just heard was Mind, Body, and Soul. My man BobbyJFromRockaway featuring Michael Fiya. But without further ado, we got the guest of the hour, my man Monty Bing. What's good, man?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm doing all right. I don't know why our faces is so, well, my face is so up in the camera, but going to have to deal with it. It is what it is. But yeah, glad to have you on the show. Man. So let's get into it. Monty Bing. Where did that name come from?
So a lot of my life, small background. Like I'm from Western New York, a little south of Buffalo. So a little city called Jamestown. So when I, in my youth, I moved down to Alabama for like 4 years with my mom, and I moved back, and everybody just called me Bama. Like I got friends for like 20 years that don't know my real name, and I kind of rock. The way it's spelled and do some things with it. And I've been part of like hip hop collectives or groups for the last like 15, 16 years. So this is like, I'm just, getting back into doing solo material. And I was doing stand-up comedy under Monty Bingham because my middle name's Montgomery. So it's like a nickname on my middle name and then my last name. So when I decided to do a solo project and get back into doing solo music, I was like, all right, let's change the name up. So I went with Monty Bing because I just like the ring on it a little more. I didn't have to go with the whole syllables. And it's like real name, no gimmicks. They're close enough to it, So I thought it felt right.
Nah, that's dope. So, okay, so that's interesting too that you from upstate New York, but you also got some time being, in the South. Well, we would consider the deep South. Pause as far as Alabama. So, man, like, how old were you when you was in Alabama?
From like 7 until I was like 11 or 12.
Okay, okay, so
early. This is like 99 to like 03, 04.
Oh, you a jit? God damn.
Nah, man, I'm past 30.
99. I was off the porch. I was out here.
God, got back to Western New York. I hopped off the porch shortly after, so maybe I should have stayed in Alabama. I don't know.
No. You made the right choice. No, I would not recommend it.
It's a different world down.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got people. My roots are from Alabama, especially definitely my mom's side. Both sides of her family. Dothan. Dothan area.
They got more north. See, I was in Tuscaloosa, and it's Tuscaloosa is a lot different now than it was back then. It's a little more. I mean, it's Alabama regardless, but it's a little different because the college is there.
Right.
But I moved out. I moved out from Tuscaloosa out to Gordo, which is like close to the Mississippi border. Like you out there, there's like 100 people or something like that. There's one stoplight, real half black, half. It was we were young, so I was young. I didn't really, I guess, understand maybe some of the racial things because being from the north and being, not being like a Protestant or practicing Methodist or Baptist or whatever, not being involved in that like community really and being involved with the community, I was kind of otherized. So I think that's like, honestly, the black people down there more accepted me for sure, and were a lot
Right.
more well cool. And you know, I got along. I think that's probably maybe what kind of pushed me towards hip hop to some extent. Honestly, was actually being in the country out there more so than being in Tuscaloosa. But I don't know, man. It's weird because like South gets a really bad rep for the racial problems, and they're definitely there. But one thing I've realized is certain parts of the country, like when I lived in Northern California, or like super far north though, like up towards the Oregon border, or some of these other places, like there's racism in the South, but at the end of the day, people have to work together, and they have to interact with each other to some extent. So there's a familiarity between the white and the black people down there, regardless of whether or not it's the most positive history. Where you get to these other places of the country where there's racism, it's like there's like no black people there either. So it's like an otherization and a lack of understanding at all. That's like almost makes it a little more extreme sometimes. I feel like it's like everybody act like the South the only place is racist in the country, and it's definitely not. Like,
oh yeah, no. And I think the kind of tie in to what you're saying is, especially in the South, and because there's a large population. I mean, I listened to some YouTube video and they call it the Black Belt, which it sounded weird. Of course, you got a lot of population, especially Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and so. But I think because of that, there's this realization that we ain't that much different, and there's really the haves and the have-nots. That's the real difference. And of course, those who know the history know that a lot of the racism in America is based on the haves understanding that they're outnumbered by the have-nots, and so use and continue to use white supremacy to separate the have-nots, because they know if the have-nots were to come together, it'll really be a problem, because
yeah,
it's really
people
those.
the people of everything are white, so they're gonna figure out whatever's the best way to divide everybody else to maintain that. And you know, white without property didn't even get the right to vote until like late in the game too. It's not like it was this massive thing, but the powers that be were like, it just makes it easier for them to be able to do those things, and then the rest of our ignorance takes care of the rest for them. It's unfortunate, but
Yep, exactly. But anywho, well, actually, you know what? This discussion is fitting, being that this podcast is brought to you by Freedom Train Radio. So if you guys are surprised that we're talking about racial politics, don't be, because this is the network I'm on. Shouts out to Pat and Joe.
I'm a white kid in hip hop, bro. I'm a white kid in hip hop, and I'm a man now. I'm not so young, but you can't shy away from it. You gotta be cognizant of it, and you have to understand where people are coming from. Everybody's gonna have their own opinions. Everybody's gonna have their own struggles, but you have to at least understand where people are coming from when they're coming from that angle. And feeling like an outsider, I didn't grow up. Some white people are able to kind of grow up and a little bit after my era, around my era, and go a whole different route with the hip hop things. Where I was doing like the underground shows at like AD the General's Basement, RIP, and I was doing Pyramid Club down when they were still doing hip hop shows and whatever, going up to Buffalo or Rochester, whatever, just doing more like, doing those kind of shows, going to Duval County and doing a competition chains, you know what I mean? And these kind of things like Dolo. And so, you're going to have to understand that like there's going to be some animus with some people you deal with, and there's going to be some apprehension of being a Caucasian coming into a space that is a historically black space that was created by black and Puerto Rican people out of a struggle and a necessity. And yeah, man, you know what I mean? It's just, you gotta roll with it, bro. Because I think this is one of the few places in American culture, at least to this extent, where the white people are gonna face the pushback. So you just gotta kind of rock with it, man. Because this is kind of what a lot of black people are facing in every other aspect of their life. So I don't really get mad at it. You know what I mean? I just learn how to roll with it and just try to come legit and try to be pure of intention, and people gonna rock with you or they're not. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I respect that, man, 100%. I think that's the key. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be in the culture, at least recognize what it is and your place in it. And if you do that, yeah, everything else I feel like will fall in line. You know what I'm saying? And there shouldn't be any room for anybody to tell you, you know what I'm saying, if you should be in the culture or not. Especially if you understand. Now, if you don't understand, you come in blindly like, oh, I'm blah, 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 blah. You don't understand the culture. Then, yeah, that's when you get looked at wrong. That's when, you know, you get those culture vulture tags and all the other stuff. But if you understand what the culture, at least from my standpoint,
For sure.
if you understand what the culture is and where it stands in American culture and black culture and where you stand in it, you know what I'm saying? I can respect that. So everything you just said, I respect. And you know, again, I'm glad you said it, man, for real, because I think a lot of people should recognize it as that. Plus, anybody know me, I got a lot of white homies, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, and I can say for the most part, that's what they stand on too. You know what I'm saying? They understand what the culture is, they understand what the culture means to black folks, and they don't fake the funk. That's another key thing too. Don't fake the funk. If you ain't faking the funk and being real, being 100%, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And I respect that. I got my man Oplex, who also got his show with my man Duck 13 with was it Set the Bar mixtape mix show. I'm sorry. And he had a question where he said, did you ever get into battle rap?
I had battled before. I was never a huge battler. I was a really like, maybe I'm just misremembering because it's been a while since I did it. But I used to I thought, and a lot of people I was around thought like I was really, really good at freestyling, like actually freestyling, no bars or anything. That was like that was something I really prided myself on growing up. I feel like a lot of people did for a minute, and regardless of how people have revisionist history, but let's be honest, man, the 8 Mile movie like really made a lot of cats want to battle before the battle league. Before the battle leagues were what everybody likes to go back and oh, it's corny and it's sad or whatever, but realistically, like there was a scene before that, but that movie kind of put it on different platforms. So that was something I was really, really adamant on it, of knowing how to freestyle. So I've had a couple battles here and there. I battled an MC from my school when I was young, and then I battled again one time in a little competition at a local venue called the Roadhouse that my boy was running. But I never got too deep into it. I got a homie who's battle, you know, Oomp. Shout out my boy Oomp. You know, Oom's been getting back in the battle scene heavy. He's got another battle coming up soon. You know, I got tracks of Murder Mook, so that's one of the GOAT battle rappers right there. So I'm around the battle scene a bit, but at this point in my life, to sit down and write the bars, man, it's amazing how many rounds these guys can go for how long and have the memorization with no beat or rhythm behind it. I don't think people understand there's a difference between memorizing something with the beat and memorizing something without it. And
right.
It's different. It's a lot different. So shout out to all the battle rappers out there, man. And, you know, if anybody who don't know, you know, go check out my boy Oomp, man. He been setting it back on fire again. That boy, he was like undefeated on Rap City back in the day. Or 106 in Park, 106 in Park when they battle raps and stuff. So he's just been getting back into it. I think he did Charlie Clips. He had another battle recently. He's got another one coming up. So I keep my ear to it, man. I respect it, man. The pen game's different. Writing the song's different than writing the battle rhyme, but you have to be able to respect the amount of lyricism that goes into it and the ability to perform under pressure. It's acting in a movie versus acting in a play.
Right.
Live.
Right.
Different.
Right. Yeah, nah, like the few battles I've been in weren't really even close to, like you said, like the way, especially now in the bars and everything. Like I was mostly just off the top.
Yeah,
you pretty much ain't even really talking about the other person. You more trying to out rap them more so than try to like literally like battle them. Versus, yeah, the way it's set up now, where I bring around the 333, get it out the street, out the mud, what you cook like? No.
Private
that's not like
stuff that they bring it back. Yo, here's your kindergarten teacher from, you know what I mean? Like, oh, bars, like it's crazy. Like, how do you figure that out? It's like
right.
It's nuts, man. But it's dope though. It's dope, and I really appreciate it, and it's tough because it's one of those things, one of those offshoots of the culture that's probably never going to be able to get the mainstream success because it's always going to be 50 dudes on stage. It's always going to be kind of grimy. It's just what it is. But I appreciate it for what it is, and I don't think it should go mainstream. I think as long as there's money, it seems like there's a lot more money in it now than there used to be. Then that's a positive. Yeah. They gonna grow. You know, the mainstream ain't never gonna catch on to it like they should. But a lot of these battle rappers be ghostwriting too. Don't let them fool you like they can't write songs.
Right.
Like, you'd be surprised at a lot of these guys got. So
I think that's another thing too. I think that's always been it. Like you had a lot of underground cats that were like penning these mainstream songs that just didn't have the name, you know what I'm saying, to go with whatever, you know what I'm saying. Luckily they didn't, because I wouldn't want to be known for penning any words Puffy said right now, because his name is in the mud. Yeah, no, I ain't right for him. Nah.
For that man come back. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting situation, man. They hit Eric Adams, they hit Cuomo before that law expires. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. You know, some of this stuff can be, you know, witch hunty, but a lot of it's just people be doing crazy stuff, man. People been doing crazy stuff. They've had the money in the power to cover. Again, even when Me Too happened, like a lot of people were taken aback by it. You know, I even had to look at myself and be like, did I ever do anything that might have made anybody uncomfortable? I think there's a difference between growing up and being youthful and both people being in an awkward situation because you're just finding yourself and there's hormones going on, all these other things, versus like a 20, 25, 35-year pattern of alleged behavior. That's a big cover-ups and this and that. So it's
it's
different.
It's exactly, because there's I remember a situation with I can't think of buddy's name. It was a black guy. He was like a director or an actor rather. I can't think of his name right now. But like the situation he was in, I was like, I don't know if I could even say if I could judge him. It was like a situation where he had a homie that had a girl, and I think the homie like invited him in the room with him. So he was like, oh, this is what it's about. Well, apparently, like he backed out before anything happened. But then I think the young lady, or lady rather, came back later and was like, yo, this was about to happen. And the only reason I was going to allow it to happen was because I was afraid for my life. And so Buddy was like, I wasn't even trying to do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I came in because my man said you was down, but I wouldn't have did it if you would said no or whatever. So yeah, like you said, sometimes it's situations where you're young and dumb, and made a bad decision, but then it's a difference between that and then just being like a whole monster out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that's part of it. That's the problem with it too, is what I kind of mentioned earlier. Like it's a culture, especially amongst in entertainment, where you're dealing with inflated egos, and supposedly easy access. So if you constantly having women or people throwing themselves at you for whatever reason, not even just women, but men throwing themselves at you for opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to get on or whatever. So you thinking everybody's for the taking, and then you meet somebody that's kind of like not with that, you ain't gonna know the difference because you just so caught up in everything is for the taking, and you end up doing some things that may be out of character or maybe in your character that it got exposed because of the access. And so now the cows come home and the chickens come home to roost, and you got to suffer the consequences. So I think in particular, I think with Puffy's situation, I think that's what it was. I think he was just open to a lot of stuff, and it's coming back to bite him. So hopefully it's a cautionary tale for anybody out there, especially young cats who looking to have fame and fortune. Like, look here, you got to have character, bro. You got to have character. If you don't got a strong character, it's gonna come back to you very badly.
No doubt.
So, anywho, get away from that. Less serious stuff. So I know you said you had got into comedy or whatever. What was the whole? How was that transition from the music to the comic scene?
I like doing stand up, man. I think I've always had a natural knack for it, and I think the first stand up set I did was in Sacramento, which is hilarious because I'd always bomb in Sacramento. The first like couple times I kept going to Sac, man. I just bombed Sac, dog. And I did good in Vegas. I do good in Los Angeles or New York or wherever else I was doing it, but I kept bombing in Sac. And then I was working a construction job down there, doing like industrial landscaping where they do like those big plazas. Like we were just digging holes all day and doing stuff. But when I have time, if I get out of working time, I'll just go start hitting stand up. It's all in Sacramento, so I started doing better. But I don't know, bro. Coming from a situation where like I'm used to doing hip hop in like less than safe neighborhoods, doing songs in front of people who just want you to get off the stage for the main act to go on, that don't know your music, whatever. I found stand up to be simpler because you can't really mess up in stand up. Like there's no script to go by as long as you can keep it rolling. And I think sometimes what certain people consider to be like bombing or like they feel like that kind of like nervousness with it. Like I didn't feel that at all, bro. It's like, yo, I'm used to being in here with like 200 goons in here. Like you don't know when stuff's really gonna pop. I'm not saying you can't get ran up on in a stand-up show. It happens, but it's just
right.
It's a little different kind of environment. So I like it. I really like it a lot. I've been continuing to do it. I just have a lot of things going on right now, so I'm still in the open mic stage. It is what it is. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, if it's not, but it's a good release, and I really like writing jokes, and I'm naturally good at it. I don't seem like a very funny guy right now, but I'm naturally like actually decent at it, so it's something I'm going to continue to do, and if it don't go nowhere, it don't go nowhere, but I like it a lot, and I encourage anybody, man, if y'all got a local little stand-up scene, man, if you feel like you got something, go hit an open mic, man. It might be for you, it might not, but it's a good experience to do, so.
No doubt. I ain't gonna front. I was kind of thinking about it a couple of years ago. I had hosted a couple of shows before the pandemic hit. And I kind of figured, I thought it was a little funny myself. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I do a podcast and everything. I might be able to do a little something. And I know for me,
it's just starting to do it. That's it. You just gotta get down and just try to be consistent with it, like anything else.
Right. But I figured too, like, hell, you know, rap got an age limit, and they ain't really pop off like that.
Oh, rappers like athletes, bro. I'm above 30 now, man.
Right,
like,
right.
Tired, man. Right. Like it's a little different. It's a little different. You know who I think maybe helped change it a little bit is there was other artists that got on after 30. Griselda being a group, a unit that was all over 30. I think Yellow Wolf was a little over 30. Like there's some cat. I think Macklemore was like over 30. Like whether or not you consider him hip hop, he was still rapping at the time. So there's been people that have been able to get on after 30. But I think the person who's changing the perspective somewhat, it was two people. Juicy J with his comeback when he came back back with Wiz, and then probably Drake, honestly, because Drake's been hot for so long. I don't think we've never seen it run like this. Love him, hate him, think he's good for the culture, bad for the culture, whatever. It's never been a run like this. And to be this relevant, this long, this late into your 30s is like maybe change it a little bit. But yeah, overall, like I always explain to people, like rapping is a musical skill that is different than other musical skills because a skill you can have and be excellent at, but nobody respects it unless you're famous. Like if I just play guitar, and I play guitar on the weekends or whatever, people be like, oh, that's dope, you good at guitar, that's cool, man. You know that? Oh, it's like an interesting thing about it. Rap, do rapping, 35 years old. Yes, man, rapping, bro. What's wrong with you?
What you talking about?
Like it. So I could sing and be a great singer, and everybody, that's dope, man. He's cool, he could sing or whatever, play piano. But yeah, rap is just like that for whatever reason, man.
Yeah. 25 years old and the skilled rapper with no fans, the fuck wrong with you?
Yo, man, cut that out. That's the thing, bro. Just cut that out. Yo, like,
cut that out.
All anybody want to say, and then they do that stuff like, oh, it's worse on the other end too. Oh, you a rapper, rap me something right now. I hate when they do that. Yo, rap me something right now. There's a difference if I'm in a venue or something like, yo, spin me a 16, something. That's like a different thing. It's like culture, but when it's just random people like, oh, you rap something, like, man, don't work like that, man. I'm not a you know what I mean?
You know, fucking sit down quarter machine. Fuck out of here, arcade.
But yeah, it's not. So I feel like a stand up, like that's probably another thing I like with stand up is a little more longevity to it, for sure. If you build a fan base before 30, you can do it. That's the thing. When I started dealing with Rex from Lawrence, Massachusetts, he was dealing with DJ Premier, whatever. Rex has got a big underground catalog. If cats don't know, they should get on Rex, man. But he's the one who linked me in with like Terminology and Static Selector and Neff, who I got the project out with now. He kind of linked me in with all them. So but he showed me, there's money to be made. Like a lot of these cats, man, cats don't know them in the States, but dude, they do European tours, a couple European tours every year. Big tours, like big shows. Like people don't really get it. There's money outside of here that you can get. So I think sometimes when you're aging a little bit, if you haven't been able to build a US fan base, especially with the internet now, there's still an opportunity to be able to do something with it outside of this for sure. And that Rex was like the one who really opened my eyes to that.
All right, word. Well, speaking of Neff, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. We had him on, Bobby J, I think earlier this year. But we're going to go ahead, you know what I'm saying, play a couple songs for y'all project. And then we're going to come back and speak more in depth in y'all relationship and how this all came together. So what I got in the queue, going to hit y'all with this, Cause They Know That, and with the title track, No Vision. Of course, disclaimer, if you watch the live joint, I'm only going to play like half the song, not even that maybe, because we short for time. But if you want to hear the full joint, you can go check out the audio podcast. In the audio podcast, we'll play the full song. So without further ado, this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby?
Yeah.
I ain't here for the clout chase, and when it gets to outpace the feeling of these clout faces, then on my devout faith will spin it till I bounce space. One way ticket rolling anywhere the route takes. I came too far now to about face. I'm about peace, about peace, like my think I like it. Digital scale with the LED light. I'm gonna go with stolen and go for what the right rate. I'm old now, so I ain't selling crack. Man, don't see me in the trap, man. Smarter with the pack, man. These try to hack plans, hitting out the black man. Hickory get fly too close to the sun, the crash land. I be in these rooms with everybody on fire. I don't think they know I'm good as anybody. You better go try. Got a crew hop anybody decided you wanna lay the trap to get some rent and bring the cheddar.
I feel like I should say something in the beginning of this, but I don't know. I'll figure that out later.
I'm preaching kind, peace of mind, cut through the weeds and vines. We redesign, feel the divine. Life is a crime. While we feasting on these creatures that we sneak upon, they want to kill the vibe, they want to kill the fire, they want to steal your shine. They want to see the clown, they want to feel the highs, but don't want to feel the vines. How many times I've had to slow grind cause the re-up wrong. I've been out of racks, trying to flex to deny the fact. False disease infect, placebo the hypochondriac. The mind impacts how we react. That affects the stack. I made a bigger check, now these people will finally call me back. Now that we win, they want to come around like it's cool. What was you missing in the vision when we would lose? They wasn't in the kitchen with us within this food. Too many chefs, too many inputs, ruin the soup. Don't like the sound of that. Too many bouts to lack. But through 2 continents, we still will keep our bond intact. I would miss you, then kiss you on your back, right by your neck. To have astounding sex and manifest in sound effects.
All right, boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. What you just heard was Cause They Know That, and No Vision. My man Monty Bing in the building.
Glad to be here.
Track produced my man Neff. Yo, that No Vision though, that beat,
crazy, man,
bruh.
When I heard that, when I heard that one, I knew it was the one. I went through like 800 beats in Neff's too, by the way, to pick out 3.
Hey.
I went through a lot. He gave me the whole shebang, man. He gave me the whole Dropbox folder, all that. I sat there for. I have a lot of other ones that I want, but I like settled on because you know, I'm a serial, like, I'm not a procrastinator because I want to be. It's just like having the budget to do this, that, whatever. I don't got no financier, no label, no this. I've done everything myself for the last 15, 16 years, paid for everything myself, booked my own shows, booked all the flights, done all the managerial, everything. So, yeah, like I'm with Magic and Bird, which is a group I'm in. So I got the hat on, Magic and Bird. You know, we still sitting on 3.5, 4 projects that we need to put out. So for the solo, I thought I'm just going to go smaller projects, more manageable, easier to get a mix and mastered and to my liking. Can put a video out for everyone, which I only have the video out right now for No Vision. If y'all want to go check that out at Monty Bing, it's the same thing on the on YouTube as it is on the IG and everything. I got the channel up there, and it's just easier to manage it. So I knew that was the one though, man. Because they know that one was dope because like I love that beat, and I know that Neff hates it when I do that voice. So him just sitting there have to mix it repeatedly for a couple of days is hilarious to me. So
yeah, I was gonna ask because I ain't gonna front. It kind of threw me off. I'm like, okay, you coming with like this DMX 9 type aggression flow on this one, and the next one with the No Vision, you came like mad smooth. So I was just like, was that intentional? Like,
yeah. If you go listen to the so the first song, which is called Jonas Brothers, which is what I was gonna name the project, because that's Neff's first name is Jonas, but he didn't like it. But I just thought it's hilarious. Because like even with the song, it's like Jonas Brothers Radio. Like it's funny to me, but you know I don't think Neff thought it was as funny as I thought it was funny. But we compromised and just went on the song. I can name the song Jonas Brothers when you want to name the project that. But that's kind of like an intro, and then I went real aggressive on the middle one, and then I got, I went smooth on the last one. I got a 3-song EP coming out with Short Fuse as well that follows a similar pattern, like chill, aggressive, like an intro, aggressive, chill out. And yeah, I like to do it, man. I got a lot of range. I've traveled and lived a lot of places in the country and ingested a lot of music, both within the genre and outside of it. So I like to play around with things. You know what I mean?
No, that's dope. That's dope. I'm with that. Because again, it shows the versatility, and then also too, hell, you can get to a point where you listen to something and it's the same old, and start getting what they call it, monotonous or whatever. So yeah, to kind of flip it, like I said, it was almost jarring. Like, oh shit, like who the fuck? Like, did I get the right song? Let me find out. But I realized, okay, it's the same person. So I wanted to know what the science was. So the way you explained it is what I thought was the situation, and that's dope. That's dope.
When the aggressive tracks like that too, especially doing a little different voices or this and that with it, allows me maybe to speak on some things that maybe I'm removed from now that I may or may not have been doing at some point in my life. You know what I mean? Because I'm a little older now. I'm not on the rah-rah as much, maybe as I was at one point in my life. And I'm a little, I'm trying to find peace at this point. You know what I mean? Getting older, I got a wife. I'm starting a family. These kind of things. So I'm trying to be more calm about things and do things intelligent. We already had a felony case. I already had all that kind of stuff. Luckily, I was able to make it through things by the grace of God. But it's still fun to be able to tap into that feeling sometimes. Like every once in a while, like it's like ignorant, but sometimes, man, like I remember living up north, like bro, like when the winter would break, you get that first warm day, you was outside, everybody outside, like there's gonna be a couple fights that day. There might be some shit, a party, girls is outside. Like I miss that feeling sometimes, not for like the negative aspects of it, but just that like, so I still want to be able to reflect that in my music without being. I don't want to like perpetrate things either. So it's like, it's a balance to it. You know what I'm saying? But I still should be, speak on past things, but I want them to know the past. So I feel like doing the songs in a specific way kind of allows people to know, like, maybe I'm not endorsing this right now, but I can still make this kind of music,
No doubt. No doubt. Shouts out to Jill. She said, No Vision, my fave, at Bama Sunshine. So shouts out to Jill. She said she rocking that No Vision. Yeah, again, like mentioned before, for those out there, he does have a video for No Vision. So if you want to check it out on the YouTube, you can search for that. To So where can they get the project and all the other projects as well? I think you say you got another EP coming out. Where can the people go to get those projects when you drop them?
So they on all DSPs right now. I'm still working on getting my own website up, like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever, all the regulars. You go to my Instagram at Monty Bing, pretty easy to spell. It's right down there in the description, right down there in the tag. So I always have, a link there to get to all the music or whatever. Really thankful for the reception I've gotten on this one. I just dropped a new YouTube channel to drop this, and all new Spotify and all new Apple and everything. And the YouTube channel got 1,000 subscribers in this last month. The song got almost 10,000 streams on YouTube and a couple thousand on Spotify and stuff. So I'm just thankful, man, for anybody listening and anybody who's subscribed and that's helping out, because I was not anticipating to have much of a response, especially with a complete new name, complete rebrand, and all that. So I'm really thankful and humbled. And it's not big numbers for some people, but for me, I appreciate every last view and stream, because I come from an area where there's not a whole lot of support for anybody doing anything. So for me to even make it out of Jamestown, and where we looked at Buffalo as like the place of hope, that's how bad JT is and how much nothing is there. It's humbling, and I'm really appreciative of it. And wouldn't have picked any other partner than Neff, man. I love Neff, man. We're good friends at this point, and it just worked out, man. Just worked out, and I like some of the beats I picked too for this one. I just want to pick Neff beats that I guess people wouldn't typically associate with Neff, because they know that. And the Jonas Brothers one was a little more southerny, and the No Vision might be a little more in that pocket. But I think that might be one of the hardest beats he's ever made, ever. So
man, that's fine. He got holla at your boy, because he was supposed to another one that was supposed to be on the pod. You know what I'm saying? Weeks ago. Why not? He was in Spain for the Latin Grammys with Premiere. He fancy.
That boy is trying, bro. That's why I was asking earlier. When he came on with Bobby J, he come on with the tobacco pipe.
Right.
Neff got the tobacco pipe. He got the Sherlock Holmes outfit. He got the whole getting.
Right. Yeah. Right.
My homeboy said I got My homeboy said I got an album produced by Sherlock Homie, dog, and I told that to Neff.
That's Sherlock Homie.
Yo, that's got to be a project or a song type.
But nah, I got holla at him. So yeah, shouts out to Jerry, man. Jerry, make that happen, bro. Holla at Neff. Tell him to holla at your boy. And also, man, shouts out to the whole Northeast. I think this whole year I've been interviewing cats from Rochester, Buffalo, who else? Niagara Falls, all of that whole area. Y'all gonna make me come up there,
bro.
Y'all gonna make a little.
People don't know, man.
Old black dude from Tallahassee.
Yo, Niagara Falls ain't nothing to sleep on, man. Niagara Falls is a rough city, bro. If people think the falls and the tourist stuff, it's crazy, that whole Rust Belt area, Jamestown's cleaned up a little bit. I don't want to denigrate the city I grew up in, but man, that whole Rust Belt area, from the little smaller cities to the bigger ones, it just looked like it looked like a war happened, and then nobody ever came back to fix anything.
Came back clean up, yeah.
Buildings falling apart and just abandoned everything, stuff on fire, and factories crumbling down, and just Detroit's got the same symptoms. They all got the same symptoms. Flint, Jamestown, Toledo, Akron, all those places, man. That whole Great Lakes region. So there's a lot of people come from that, man. So that's why when you see certain music come out of that area, it's in an area that's surrounded by a bunch of other areas that had a defined sound. So there was more of a movement to try to define a sound out there. But people speaking from a lot of just hopelessness, and it's good to see that. A lot of people I've been talking to, I've hit a couple podcasts recently. They said they've been talking to more artists from Rochester, Buffalo, Niagara Falls, stuff like that. So I'm glad to hear it, man, because the whole Western New York, 585-716, and they're putting in a new area code. I don't even know what it's going to be, but that's I grew up in the 716, man, so I don't know what it's going to be now, but I like seeing cats get the shine from out there, man, because it's hot, it's tough. Even with the age of the internet, man, it's tough. There's no infrastructure to do nothing. So,
dang, yeah, nah, man, they definitely got my ears and eyes open, you know what I'm saying, for that region or whatever. And so I appreciate you cats, you know what I'm saying, for the music y'all put out. Because everything I do down here is in that same lane, you know what I'm saying, as far as underground and I won't even say boom bap, but whatever. That whole the sound fits into what you know what I'm saying, I do down here. So yeah, it's all good. So you got a new supporter, and we got the next project. Holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? We can run it back and go from there. So but till then, man, we're gonna get y'all hair. I don't know what the future holds, but I don't know. Hopefully I come back with a podcast next week. Or I just maybe wait 2 more weeks like I've been doing all year. I don't know. It's maybe the new thing. We're gonna see. Without further ado, again, shouts out to my wife, Felicia, baby, I love you. Shouts out to my father-in-law for holding it down, my boy Kobe, for not barking at all this episode. This is wonderful. And of course, my baby Mackenzie, daddy loves you. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Yeah, also big shout out to my cousin Abraham on his birthday on tomorrow. And shouts out to Cranberry Juice. The greatest artist from Jamestown, hands down, Monty Bing, paid the way for all y'all. Respect.
I want to shout out to everybody back in JT, and a quick shout out to my cousin, man. He got the best dispensary in New York City, G3T. Get lit and get well. G3T, that's down in Brooklyn. So I want to give a shout out to my cousin, man. I never seen somebody work so hard to build something. So I couldn't get off the podcast without giving that. You know, we support each other in a lot of ways, and anybody want to tap in, it's right there. It's G3T. Tap in with them.
G3T, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll do that, man, especially you in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York State, man. Y'all make sure to check that out, man, for real.
Hey, Florida,
see you, my boy.
Florida going to be on the ballot this year.
Man, look here, man. They be hating. We already told them we good. Like I don't partake, but I ain't got a problem with people that do that. We already told them we good with doing that, but the politicians, for whatever reason, don't want to listen to the people.
I don't know. See, I'm down here in Miami. In Miami down here, like they're already, Jungle Boys is already down here, Cookie's already down. Everybody already down here with their medical stuff. So it's
to be okay. So you in Florida, so you already, man, DeSantis, bro, basically. Them and the Republicans up here in Tallahassee hating,
which is crazy because they're so pro business, and the other Republicans from other states have already kind of seen the writing on the wall. Man, I don't know.
Bro, I don't either. Just like just dumb for the wrong reason.
Down here, if you want major metro areas, you're fine. But if you're driving between them, you get hit with like, I think, what is it, 21 grams or something like that, or over. It's not even an ounce, bro. It's still like a misdemeanor or felony or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, the clip I can witness. I'm pretty sure that you ain't gonna get hit with nothing crazy because it's too many cars. I know. I've drove behind, even here in Tallahassee. Like I know what they doing because it's coming through my ACV.
Man, just make sure you get on time so I don't get caught at the light, bro. Don't hit nobody. That's it.
Bro, they when they say loud, look at like I said, I don't even do that. But I'm driving. That's a good.
That's not smoking. So, but I still support it, man. I still support it. There's medicinal qualities to it. So it's stupid, man. Stop locking up stupid shit. Is that easy?
Basically, that's my thing. It's just like, yeah, man. Like, it's benefits to it, and I feel like as long as people are being respectful, you know what I'm saying. Like, and then plus, ain't nobody going out doing crazy stuff on that. Now, if it's coke, that's one thing, but ain't no serial killer. But like, I was doped out on that perk. Like, come on, bro. Like, like chill, y'all.
Hey, Florida 2024, man. We're going to change it. Florida 2024. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Somebody come with you a petition, man. Sign a petition so they can get on the ballot. Because they hating. Your government is hating. Your governor is hating. Trust me, I know. Anyway, we're going to get up out of here. Salute everybody, man. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.
Appreciate you, bro.